Why, hello there, my dear friends. I hope my audio is actually working. I'm not quite sure if my audio works, but that's okay. So today we will actually do what I have promised so long. Hey, so this is me from the future. I was really quite stressed out, tired, and all around just not in the best position when I made this video. So in the end, it will just abruptly stop. And the reason why I didn't get Valorant to work, I tried for like 2 hours straight. I had to use the ACS patch, the ACS override patch, because my mainboard does not have a good IOMMU grouping, which means I had to use a custom kernel which allowed for DMA attacks. This is nothing serious in a home setup, but it means Valorant can detect the VM. So I will blend in like a text if I don't forget at the part where the ACS patch begins. If you need to do this, you will not be able to run Valorant. If you don't need to do this and your IOMMU grouping is correct, you absolutely can play Valorant. Alright, enjoy the video. We will do VFIO, PCI Passthrough, all of that, and of course hypervisor obscuring so that we can play Valorant, kernel level anti-cheats, or whatever not, which usually doesn't work in a VM. But first thing to be said, for VFIO and PCI Passthrough, we need 2 GPUs. So that means I have a Ryzen 9 5950X, which doesn't have an integrated graphics. But if your CPU has an integrated graphics, that should technically already be enough to just work. Just give your VM your dedicated graphics card and it will probably work. If you don't have 2 GPUs, this will not work for you. We'd have to use something like, for AMD it's SRIOV, I believe, which is like actual GPU partitioning. But that's a lot more complex if you ask me, especially with consumer grade hardware, which is why we're just going to do pass through an entire GPU. For me, I have an AMD Radeon RX 7800 XT and a 3070 Ti, and we'll give that 3070 Ti to my VM, if it works, of course. So now, first of all, I need to say this tutorial will depend or change depending on what hardware you have. If you have just even the first few steps, you'll have to do a lot of, or not a lot, but a bit of thinking. For example, first of all, we will need to find our PCI IDs for the GPU and the audio controller of our GPU. So for me, I have an NVIDIA card which I want to give to my VM. So what I will do is sudo ls pci-nn, then pipe that and just grab for NVIDIA. Of course, if you have a second AMD GPU which you want to give to your VM, just grab for AMD. That will probably work now if I just... There we go. This is what we should see. This is my GeForce RTX 3070 and the audio device for it. Now, from this, what we need is, or are these 2 numbers right here. So let's just open Conte, I believe. Yes, new, then just... Actually, I'll just do that. Copy and paste. There we go. This is really important. You should absolutely save that somewhere. So I will just put it onto my desktop. Yoo-hoo! Perfect. So now that we've done that, we will do a little bit of grub editing. So for that, we will open a file which is /etc/default/grub. Perfect. Now in here, what we need to search for is the line grub cmd line Linux, right? Yes. That's the CMD line Linux, perfect. Now in here we need to put this depends whether you have AMD or Intel. I have AMD, which is AMD IOMMU equals on. If you have Intel, it's just Intel IOMMU equals on, but I have AMD, so yes. Then, which is what's also quite important, make sure you have virtualization, IOMMU, all of it enabled. For AMD, it's, I believe, just what we'll use is like AMD, VTD, whatever not. I don't know. Just make sure it's enabled. If it's not enabled, it will just not work, so it won't break anything per se. But yeah, just yeah. Then IOMMU equals PT VFIO PCI.IDs equals, and now here we will need to use these two IDs which we've just gotten from searching. So first of all, this one without the brackets, by the way. Paste, then just separate them with a comma, and then take the audio controller one, Control C, paste, perfect, 10DE, and that should be it for the most part. Then we can Control X and yes. Now for this config to actually work, we will need to update grub, so we will just do sudo grub, not grub, grub, and make config /o, then /boot /grub/grub.cfg should be correct. Don't worry, I will put all of these like terminal things which I'm doing. I've already kind of documented them in GitHub. It's just still on private, but I will clean all that mess up and I will put it into the video description once this video gets out, which will probably be in like a week or so. Just do that. Perfect. OS probe will not be executed. Yes, that's okay. Perfect. This is all we need. Now I've already quickly mentioned those IOMMU groups. If our if your IOMMU groups are incorrect, or like if your audio controller of your GPU which you want to pass through and the GPU which you want to pass through aren't in the same IOMMU group, then you need to use the ACS patch. I believe for me it's correct. Oh my god, am I stupid? Grab. Am I stupid? Why is you? Okay, this should not happen. Okay, give me a second. Why is my DMS? Okay, for some whatever reason, my util Linux, I just had to reinstall them using Pacman. Whatever. So yes, now we can try again. The mask grab mesh IOMMU. Now we can see that IOMMU is enabled with this. That's what oh my god, am I fucking stupid. Now for the next thing we need to actually do a little bash script. So just desktop, new text file, IOMMU.sh awk. Now just copy that, save it, then properties, execute, open terminal here, sudo.dash IOMMU. I'm stupid. Oh my god, big. Dash IOMMU. There we go. Now we see our IOMMU groups. Now somewhere we should see NVIDIA. There we go. Now we see they are both in our IOMMU group 16, which, oh wait, that's wrong actually. Why is that way? Okay, this should not be the case, which means I was wrong. We will do the ACS patch apparently. Alright, so this genuinely wasn't planned. I absolutely thought that my IOMMU groups were fine, but apparently not. So what we will do is just -s Linux VFIO. What we're doing now is we're just installing a kernel which already has the ACS patch, because believe it or not, I am way too fucking lazy to patch the kernel myself. This is not my job. So yeah, we're just installing this kernel which some kind soul already made. Remove, yeah, sure, whatever. Yes. Of course, you have my password. And yes. Now we can just let it install the kernel, and after that we need to change the grub config again, just to allow just to actually use the ACS patch, which is amazing. After that we will need to update grub again, reboot, and then check our stupid IOMMU groups again. Yes. That's what I meant with VFIO is always a fucking pain in the ass. Whenever you're trying it, everything that can will go wrong. So yeah, that's it is what it is though. So yeah, we'll just let that install and then I'll see you again. Alright, finally it actually finished installing this kernel, compiling it and whatever. Yeah, so we can now, since we do need to do the ACS patch in my case, we need to edit the grub config again, so just sudo nano -etc -default -grub, and again this grub command line Linux, and just go to the end of it and add PCIe ACS override equals downstream. And multifunction. So what exactly this does is this PCI ACS override downstream means it isolates devices below the root port, so it, and the multifunction splits these devices, like my GPU and my GPU audio driver. So if we do Control X and yes, blah blah blah, then once again we need to sudo grub mkconfig -o -boot -grub -grub.cfg. That should be fine. Perfect. And now we need to reboot. Before I quite literally just nearly typed sudo reboot and my recording would have been gone. But yes, now that we've done that, just reboot real quickly, and if your grub comes on and asks you which kernel to pick, use the VFIO Linux one. I'll see ya. Alright, and we are back. I did pick the VFIO Linux kernel, so if we do uname-r, we see it's the version 6.15.6.1 VFIO, which is perfect, so that works. Now if we go to desktop and do sudo.-iommu, it should technically, okay, let's see, where is my RTX? there we go. Now we see IOMMU group 22. We have our RTX 3070 Ti, and group 23 is the audio device. Perfect. So now that this is done, we can add VFIO PCI to the make init CPIO. For that we will do, so just sudo nano dash, I don't even need to do the dash, paste, yes, good old modules, VFIO PCI, VFIO IOMMU type 1. Yes, and now sudo make init cpio p. Perfect. Now we could reboot right now and just hope that the VFIO setup actually works and the VFIO driver uses the GPU, but we can optionally, you don't have to, but I personally will do it. We can blacklist the NVIDIA driver so that the NVIDIA driver of the host system won't actually use our GPU, which we will try to pass through. So just copy that and paste, blacklist Novo, and blacklist NVIDIA. Goodbye. Now we can technically just reboot, so I will see you after it. Bye. Alright, and we are back once again, and now we can verify whether our NVIDIA GPU is actually isolated. To do that, we just do sudo ls pci nmkd, then we need our good old PCI IDs. So let's just use this one because that's the one I actually want to use. Paste. Of course, gotta put in my password. Kernel. Yes! And there we go. You can see here now, kernel driver in use, VFIO PCI. This is precisely what we wanted to do. This is perfect. Amazing. I am honestly astounded that it's just worked so far, for the most part. Let's do the same with the audio driver just because we can. And VFIO PCI. This is amazing. Honestly, I am quite happy right now. Alright, now to actually create our VM, we will need to install some packages, of course, QEMU and stuff. So sudo pacman-s QEMU libvirt manager DNS mask edk2ovmf. Sure, let's use full, I don't really care. Alright, and it finished installing, so now we will just quickly enable the service. Enable now libvirt d. Amazing. Now sudo nano-etc-lib. Oh my god, can I type? QEMU.conf. Okay, now we are in here, which is apparently quite a file. Oh my. We need to find the user session or the user configuration. Oh my god, where is? How do I? User. There we go. We could technically uncomment this and then down here, like, no, not this. This and all of that, but I'm not going to do this, so we will simply do user equals. Now, to find your username on Unix systems, just open the terminal and who am I? Ah, I'm Raymond. Wow, I did not know that. Copy and paste. Then, in most Unix systems, there's always also a group which has your username, so just use group equals your username, like Raymond, and then, which is also quite important actually, security driver equals none. We do not want a security driver because it could block access to our NVIDIA GPU. Now then, save, then just sudo systemctl restart lib virt. Amazing. Now we should technically be able to create our VM. So virt manager prevents management of local virtualized systems. Oh no, I am so... Oh my. Oi. Non-type object is no... Okay, cool. Either way, we can create a new virtual machine. Oh right, I nearly forgot. We actually need a Windows ISO. So just quickly open this. Windows 10 ISO download. Come on, just give me something. Yes. Alright, I will quickly download that. I'll see you then. Alright, so I've just downloaded the Windows 10 ISO. So now we will go back to this thing, then local install. Yes. Forward, then plus. Now in this is kind of, I don't know, I don't like this setup because it's kind of confusing, at least for me. Just use downloads. You can't select this here. You need to open the downloads folder and then name it something like download. Finish, and then you will have the ISO here. And of course it actually, this one. Thanks. And that's not Windows 11, that's Windows 10. Amazing. Okay, can you please, like, 10. Okay, thanks. Memory, I don't know, like 32 gigabytes. Sure. CPUs, let's give it 8. No, you know what? Just for the memes, we're gonna give it 9. Create a disk. Yeah, I'll just give it 200, not 2000. 200 gigabytes, sure. We could also create custom storage, but you remember when I like posted on the Discord server, I'm just waiting on this PCI Express X1 to NVMe thingy. Well, turns out I found one. I stole it off my wife. It doesn't fit in. The 3070 Ti is so fat that it overlaps with this 1X PCI Express port, and for some reason my mainboard just disables the secondary GPU slot whenever I install the second NVMe. So yeah, now I don't actually have my NVMe with all my games on, so I will need to download all the games anyway, which is just amazing. Whatever. Forward games, because we're serious gamers. Yeah, sure. I don't really care. Finish. Which is no. Would you like to start a network? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I don't care. Okay, now amazing. We're here now. So first of all, what we need to change is firmware is UEFI, and it's the OVMF. It's Q root. Then Q35 is correct. Now we need to go to CPUs. Oh, do we like to apply them now? Yes. CPUs, copy host CPU configuration, host pass through should be enabled. Then topology enable this, and this should. You know what? This doesn't. 9 sockets does not sound very convincing, so let's just use 1 socket. 4 cores to to enable nested virtualization, which we've done in the last video already, which got patched. By the way, the reason because the Hyper-V method was patched, I was quite surprised to realize this. Apparently Hyper-V, you cannot change what vendor ID your VM has. It will just say Hyper-V. I didn't know that. I admit it. I got someone from my Discord actually told me this, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know Hyper-V was that's bad. So today we will also change that. Don't worry, we will get to that, which is why this video is going to take so long. I apologize, but I really am trying to make this as easy as ever as possible for you people. Alright, now to enable good old nested virtualization. So first of all, we should probably check whether we have, this is not the one, this is the one, whether we have nested virtualization enabled at all. So cat/module/kdm/amd/parameters/nested. It's 1. 1 is good. 1 or y. I don't know why it changes sometimes, but 1 or y means it's enabled, and 0 or n means no nested virtualization. Since we've already enabled it, that's amazing. It works again. Okay, but I didn't want to show this, but yeah, this is how you enable nested virtualization, whatever. I am actually fucking stupid. Since we, at least so as far as I know, we cannot actually... What we need to do is we need to close this. First of all, we need to do verse edit and then whatever our VM name is called. So for me it's oh, how did I oh my god, don't tell me I didn't save my stupid VM, please. Oh my god, I'm actually going to myself. Alright, whatever, we're going to do it again, yay. Oh well, my lawnmower just started. The rest you can leave like that, then just add hardware, and then we have PCI host device. Now in here there's a whole bunch of crap. We need to find this and this, the actual graphics card and the audio controller. So let's start with this, and then also add the, come on, also add the high definition audio controller. Finish. Okay. Now we're already quite far. Okay, now we can just begin. Now this creation might take a while, and if you've made an error, or if I made an error even. Okay, now it's trying to boot. No, please do not boot yet. Virtual machine shut down. Ah, turn off, force off, yes. Okay, good. Because we are not done configuring yet. We have not enabled them. As next thing we will do verse... Oh my god, I can't even type anymore, I'm so tired. Verse edit games, this is just our VM name. Tag, fail to get domain games. What do you mean? Okay, let's try it with the UUID, I guess. Come on. Control C, please work, please, please, please. Paste. Okay, cool. I love this. Why does this not work? Ah, okay, now it works. Whatever. Okay, you apparently just need to use sudo. Good to know. Alright, now we need to search for features. There we go. Oh my god, that's horrible. I can't even count anymore. Yeah, that seems about right. Whatever. Please tell me it works. Boom! We actually did it. Okay, let's go back to our VM, which we can start now, or we should be able to start. Please run. Please, I hope I did not kill you, my dearest VM. Please work. Oh my god. Now, luckily for us, we can see quite fast whether or not our VM hiding works, because NVIDIA consumer grade cards are not meant to work in VMs, because they will just say, oh no, I am in a VM, I have error 43. Where is stupid Swiss German? There we go. Yes, I love these terms, yes. Actually, while Windows 10 is installing, let's begin installing Looking Glass, because Looking Glass is pretty cool, if you're asking me. So let's just open a terminal and then sudo, oh no, sorry, not sudo, never use yay with sudo, yay-s looking glass. Yes, yes. For Looking Glass to work, we will need to use some shared memory. Yeah, I will do the basic thing. I am honestly too tired. I haven't slept well in ages. So what's kind of important with Looking Glass is how much of this shared storage you need depends on the resolution you're playing games on. So, for example, 1080p, I don't know, 32 megabytes should be plenty. But then if you're going for 4K, I would recommend you use like 64 megabytes. So what we need to do is, first of all, sudo touch, we're going to touch something, sgem looking glass, there we go. I hope I didn't do a typo, sudo chown. Then we can just use our user variable. Why did I do it? User kvm dev-shm-looking glass. Perfect. And sudo chmod 660 dev-shm-looking glass. Perfect. Now we need to actually change our XML again. So I will do that once I'm done with like the Windows setup. As you might be able to tell, in Task Manager we still see our good old GPU, which is, honestly, I am so happy with this. And I believe if we go to Device Manager, if our GPU would have detected that this is a VM, display adapters, yes, it would have said something like error 43. Now what exactly this is, I cannot tell you either, to be honest. What is this? I don't really care either, I won't lie. Alright, now that we're in here, we just go to this, then XML. To actually edit this XML, I just realized you don't need to like use the console. You can just go over here, so long as you have gone to preferences and enabled XML editing. Good to know. Then we just need to go to SHM. So let's just go all the way to the bottom, then add a new one of these, which is called shman name equals looking glass. Then with like this tab thingy, model type equals ivshmem plain, like this. Sorry, like this. Size unit equals M for megabytes. Of course, I forgot this. And oh my god, am I drunk? I haven't been drinking today. Like that. Then like the size, so for me 1080p it's just going to be 32, then like this, bam size that, then shmem finished. There we go. Then we can. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay, I am certainly tired. There we go. Apply. Now it works. Now we need to start our VM again and like install the Looking Glass client, or not the client but the driver. Okay, well then, please give me this. Now we can just use good old Edge. No, I don't. I am already an Edger. Thanks. Looking Glass download. Yep. Downloads. Windows host binary. Yes, that seems about right, or not? Just extract. Yes. Give me Looking Glass. Yes, run anyway, I don't care. Next. Then just let it do its thing until it's completed. Close. But hey, the installer finished correctly, so we'll restart here. And now I will just plug something into my NVIDIA GPU. There we go. And there we go. Hyper-V works too, so this looks like a regular good old physical machine. We have an actual graphics card, at least it thinks that. So let's just try to download Valorant. I'm honestly curious if Riot Games has banned me. Oh, that's a good damn question. What is my password? Okay, give me a second. Okay, it would appear they have not banned me yet. Amazing, which means I can can try it right now. Oh, you know, somebody actually brought up a really good point. Roblox, I couldn't have ever believed it, but Roblox actually detected even the Hyper-V method thanks to those SM bias values, and I'm curious to see whether I can play it on here or not. Okay. Oh, I don't have a Roblox account. Help. Date. Yes, sure, whatever. My birth date is good old. Yes, that seems about right. Agonizing death. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure. Just. What do I do now? I'm no bot, I'm just a VM. And Roblox works. Okay, let's just. Sure, let's go into steal a brain rot, whatever the fuck that is supposed to be. Dude, what is it with these Roblox kids? Oh my lord. But yes, we can obviously play Roblox. Let's also just, yeah, sure, I don't care. So yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, if I'm already on it, this is also good to know. You can, with Looking Glass, you can have like refresh rates of up to whatever your monitor supports. So yeah, I can have my VM with like 144 Hz, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Let's see if we can actually play Valorant. Honestly, I haven't checked either. I am just as curious as you. Of course, I need to sign in again. Oh my god. I don't remember my password, to be honest. Ah, but it seemed to be correct. Valorante. Hello there, and here it is me from the future again. Well, editing this video, so it's the present, but you know what I mean. This screen that you'll see right here with the crossed out play and your game requires a system restart is the furthest you'll get with the ACS bypass. Because Vanguard uses timing attacks to detect whether you're in a VM or not. Believe it or not, but yes, they apparently have been pretty desperate. So yeah, this is and believe me, I've tried everything. I've redone the VM. I've built some strange things in the guest. It does not work. But yeah, if you have better IOMMU groupings, you will be able to play Valorant. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry for this rather sad ending, and I hope that you were at least able to learn something. Have a great one and enjoy this Thursday evening.